Good morning, welcome to Vlogmas Day 18. It's early and I am ready and just about to go out to work. So I'll see you when I get back. I'm finally getting the chance to sit down and catch up with you today. It's already mid-afternoon here. As you will have seen, I was at work this morning, and by the time I got home and got people fed and just other little odds and ends that needed to be done, now is the first I'm getting to sit down and talk. One of the things, or the thing I wanted to talk to you about now at the moment, is my caramel cardigan project that I'm working on through Advent. A few people have asked different questions and I wanted to address those here, and I just thought I would take you through the project as it has taken shape. If you've been following along since the first day one of Vlogmas, you will have seen what I've been doing and where I'm at and the progress I've made. But for those of you who maybe are just tuning in for the first time to Vlogmas, this is what it is. I am doing a project for Advent with my friend Selma. We both have an Advent calendar that I made and put together for both of us. They're identical. So at the moment the projects are identical. We wanted to use our minis that are in the Advent calendar on a project that was slightly different this year. We have knit the habitation throw, we have knit scrappy socks with our Advents, and we wanted something a little different. So we chose the Caramel Cardigan by Isabel Kramer. It's a loose fitting cardigan. There are no button bands or fastenings. It crosses over and it's just a comfy, cozy cardigan. We obviously are not following the pattern or the yarns recommended because we want to use our Advent. But we wanted the shape of the cardigan and we were using the pattern for numbers really. The link to the pattern is in the description box below if you're interested in it. As I said, I put together the mini skeins, which means that this is a very, very crazy cardigan. And I'll show you the progress as it is. So this is my caramel cardigan. As I said, it folds over. It's very hard to show as it is, but it folds over like this, and I'll probably put a fastening, a shawl pin or something to secure it. I have about another 2 inches left of the body before I do the ribbing, and then I have the sleeves to do, and I'll talk to you about what I'm planning possibly to do with the sleeves in a moment. So as you can see, every stripe's different, and this is from each day of my Advent calendar. This is how they're coming out of the Advent calendar, a little ball like this, and each of these balls, and this is one of the main questions I was asked, is 10 grams. There might be slightly more in some of them, might be 11 grams, might be slightly less, 9.5. You know, it's in and around 10 grams. You will see that some stripes are slightly deeper than the others, so those must have had slightly more. But that's what I'm using. The pattern is written for double knit, but we are using fingering weight held with mohair, which is giving this beautiful halo It is really the softest project, and it has the mohair, as I've said in other videos, has really softened the colours, and although they wouldn't be colours you would automatically put together in any other project, they kind of blend in together because of the mohair, and it really mutes some of the stronger colours, and they're working together well. So there's 24 of these, so that's 240 grams if my maths is correct, and that would be roughly about 1,000 meters, give or take. Now, I don't think that's going to complete the project. It's unlikely when the sleeves are starting to go in. It might, but I don't think it will. And I'm just going to use random minis that I have still at home, the ends of balls that just I didn't get used up, I will add in. At the beginning I had said that I didn't really care about placing colours, and I'm just knitting them as I get them. I'm not worried in that respect, but I am starting colours at the start of a row and not in the middle, so that it's nice and even. And when I get to the sleeves, I think what I will do, because I wasn't sure what to do here, do I just do one sleeve and then do the other sleeve with different minis? But I'm just a little bit too OCD to do that. I think what I will do is split my little balls into 5 grams each and do the same on each sleeve, so that they are the same. The stripes may be thinner, that doesn't bother me, but each sleeve will be a mirror of the other one, and that, I think, just will take the nervy twitch away when it's done. I want a certain element of control over it. So there are 20 grams of fingering weight held with the mohair, and as I said, when I get to the sleeves I'll split them in 2. Possibly I'll get it all out of the 24, but I think it is unlikely going by the length. If there are any other questions about this that I have overlooked, if you've asked one and I haven't answered it in that, come back to me again and I'll try and answer it. But that's the main thing. It's random mini skeins of 20 grams fingering weight held with mohair, or if you have double knit random bits, use the double knit instead and work it that way. But it's a really, really simple knit. It's a very easy pattern to follow, and it is just backwards and forwards, and I'm loving it. I can safely say it's one of the nicest projects I've worked on and the most comforting projects that I've worked on, and it's given me back my knitting mojo. It's not that I had lost it completely, but I had very little patience. I would knit, I always had something on the needles, I was always working on something, but I would work on something for maybe half a row or a few rows, and then I got really impatient and went and did something else, and then came back to it and then dropped it again and went back and did something else, and I found it very hard to concentrate on a project. This has brought me back. I could knit on this for hours without stopping. So I can highly recommend the pattern just as it is written, without the random minis, but I am really enjoying this as a fun pattern. It's going to be a house jacket. I can't imagine I'll get much use of it other than that, but it's the kind of thing I'm going to be really cozy and warm in the house, and I might wear it outside, who knows. But hopefully that's all the questions answered regarding this. As I said, if you have any more, drop them in the comments below. Christmas socks are washed and ready to go for next week, and I thought I would show you the Christmas socks that I have been knitting since 2015, I think. This was the first pair of Christmas socks that I ever knit. The colourway is Winter is Coming, the dyer was Dye Candy, and the pattern is the Zigzagular sock pattern by Susie White. This one I have on Ravelry. As I said to you yesterday, I'm notoriously bad at keeping Ravelry up to date, but this one's definitely on Ravelry. This is the 24 Days of Cheer Advent socks, and this was random minis that were in an advent calendar swap that I did with a friend who's local to me, and I knit socks using those. So it's the 24 Days of Cheer. They're just vanilla socks, there's no pattern to those. Again, that's on Ravelry, and I knit those in 2017. These are the candy cane socks. The colourway is candy cane, and it's a West Yorkshire Spinners Christmas colour. The green cuffs, heels and toes is their chocolate lime colourway. I can't remember what the pattern is. It's just like a little slip stitch pattern that I used for that. These were my Christmas Eve cast on in 2017. 2017 was quite a year for socks. These and these. I cast them on Christmas Eve. It was a Christmas Eve cast on that Danny from Little Bobbins started and that has really taken off, and this was her pattern, Twas the Night Before Christmas. So she's Danielle George on Ravelry as the designer. Little Bobbins. So it's like little Christmas trees, and the colourway is Venus Flytrap, and it's a Voolenvine yarn, lots of sparkle for Christmas. This was my 2018 knit. It's the Pebbles and Pathways pattern, which is a really beautiful sock pattern by Marceline Smith, who you will know as Hey Brownberry, and it's one of her sock patterns. The colourway is Hot Chocolate, based on Polar Express, and it's a Legacy Fibre Arts that I picked up when I was at Rhinebeck. These are my 2019 socks. The pattern, I think, is the Morning Coffee socks by Kay Litton, who's the Crazy Sock Lady, Crazy Sock Lady Designs, and the yarn that I used is the Cozy Knitters 24 stripe advent socks. So you get one skein and it's got a 24 stripe repeat, which is beautiful. Hers are gorgeous and one of my favorites. And this year's socks, which you have seen me knit, that I finished the start of the week, I think it was, or in the last few days. And the pattern again is from Crazy Sock Lady Designs, and it's the heel toe dosey do, and the yarn that I used was from London House Yarns, and it was their colourway Merry and Bright. And the one pair of socks that are Christmas socks that haven't been washed is this pair, because I'm wearing them. The pattern is Nutkin. Again, this one is on my Ravelry page. It was 2015. They were possibly the first or second socks that I knit. And the colourway is Dashing Through the Snow, and it was a Fine Fish Yarns colourway. So those are my Christmas socks, all ready for next week. I'm looking forward to wearing them all. I'm going to sign off now for the evening, but just before I do, I just wanted to remind you that if you have any questions you'd like to ask me about my knitting journey, the things I knit, things I like to knit, or just any general questions about me, please do so. Drop them into the comments below or over on Instagram. You can ask the questions there and I'll put them all together, and tomorrow I'm going to record a questions and answers video for Vlogmas, just to answer some of those. There've been quite a few in so far, and thank you to everyone who has asked a question. I've been looking at them with interest and trying to figure out how to answer some of them. But yeah, it's been fun looking through the questions so far, and I'm looking forward to sharing those with you tomorrow. So again, if you have any questions, or if you've already asked a question and can think of another one, feel free to ask a second question. I have no issue with that. And I'll see you tomorrow.